you? Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Beautiful night, nice cool weather here in Texas. I'm not fishing this full moon, unfortunately, but I'm going in the morning. I wanted to do a short video, just kind of do an informative thing, because I've been asked by a couple people, you know, what kind of lures do you like to throw? Or what kind of lures do I need to buy? One buddy even just started getting into saltwater fishing, so he was like, hey man, I'm trying to start a tackle box. What do you think I should buy just to start off with? So I said, okay, well, if he's he's not the only one out there that probably struggles with this, so I figured I'd do a little video of what I would buy if I was just starting off. So here goes. Everything that I have in my tackle box, this is it. This is my tackle box. I keep all my soft plastics there, all my Corkies in a hard plastic box right there. Slides right down in there. It's a neat little bag my wife bought me. All my soft plastics. In this pouch is like a little container of gulp and some other jig heads and stuff. Over here is my shrimp imitation lures in this little pack. And then I got leader line and some dye or some Procure that I usually keep in there, okay? And then when I actually weigh it, I just take out of there and put in here so I don't have to walk all the way back to the boat. But just wanted to make sure I shared that with y'all. That everything I have tackle-wise can fit in these two bags. Okay, first things first, right? Let's start with hooks, right? And I'm talking just strictly artificial, soft plastics, whatever it is that I'm throwing. Okay, and usually there's two types of hooks I always keep in my tackle box, always start off with. Just because of the lure selection that I throw, but typically I always take, and I have a regular, nothing fancy about it, just a regular old hoagie 1/4 ounce or 3/8 ounce jig head. I like the screw lock, okay? And the reason I like the screw lock is because a lot of people like to use the push-on jig heads, but for me, the push-on jig heads don't preserve the baits very well. Like, usually if you have a fish that's hitting the tail end of your bait, they tend to pull that bait out and then it gets loose in the front of the soft plastic and then it doesn't want to hold anymore. So again, it's just preference, just trying to help it out there, but I like a screw lock hook. The other type of hook that I always keep in my bag is a Swimbait hook. Okay, a Swimbait hook. Now, I have weighted, these are weighted Swimbait hooks that I'm showing you now, but I also have some weightless ones. And it really just depends on, what the situation is. Everything really depends on the situation. I mean, you still have to be able to read the water and understand what you're trying to throw. So that way, it's just a matter of chunking baits in certain conditions. That way you kind of get a feel and you get confidence. Because really that's what it is having confidence in what you throw, right? Like I have confidence in what I throw. And so that's why I throw it. Because I've caught fish off of it. But those two hooks, the weighted Swimbait hook, a weighted or a jig head, screw lock jig head, are two musts. If I'm doing a starter pack, those are two things that I'm definitely putting in there. All right, moving forward. It's really simple. Okay, I had a whole bunch of tackle on my boat. I had probably $2,000 to $2,500 worth of tackle on my boat in a Yeti that I used to store and lock it up and chain it down and all that stuff. And somebody actually stole that off of me. So I swore to myself I would never overdo it on tackle again because it's too expensive, man. It's too expensive. And really with more tackle comes more decisions. And then you second guess yourself. Well, I started thinking when I was replenishing all my tackle, I just need to get what I can fit in a bag and nothing more. Because I'm going to end up chunking what I'm confident in. Okay? So, this popping cork is old, but you always want to have some type of popping cork. Obviously, I found this one. I didn't want to dig through my bag and get a brand new one out, but I found this popping cork on the shore last weekend fishing, and so it was sitting on my boat, so I just used it. But you definitely want to have some type of popping cork. I like a weighted popping cork so I can chunk it a little bit further in this wind, because everybody knows on Texas coast it's super windy. So this is actually a mid-coast cork, as you can see. And yeah, so always have a popping cork, because you never know the situation. Sometimes when the fish are being finicky, the extra pop on the water will help create more bites. Okay, moving forward. We've already talked about popping cork, the style of hooks that I choose, the two types of hooks that I like to keep in my bag. Now I'm just gonna kind of touch a little bit more on like soft plastics or hard plastics, whatever. Okay. My number one all-time favorite lure to throw is a topwater. Now, again, this is strictly a preference, but you need to have some type of topwater in your arsenal. Springtime, summertime, sometimes during the wintertime when those fish move off out of those deep guts and up on the flat to feed, when we've had like a little warm spell. You always want to have a topwater, especially if you come into an aggressive group of fish. I've always had luck. My two favorite topwaters to throw that I've had success is I throw the Super Spook Junior. And as you can see, this thing has been really beat up. I've caught quite a few fish off this thing. Okay. My favorite color, I don't know why, but everywhere I've been, like from Rockport, Corpus, both Matagorda Bay systems, I've always had really good luck on throwing this gold with this pink. I don't know why, they just like it, but that's a Super Spook Junior. As you can see, it's got a really nice, loud bang to it. It's really good when you're trying to catch aggressive fish. My other type of topwater that I like, that there's only one person that I've been able to get them from, and that's my buddy Chris Dodd out of Goliad. And he does custom paint jobs on them, but I don't know where he gets them. But dude, these these snakeheads are insane. I don't know what it is about this bait. Okay, and I have like 3 or 4 different colors that he's painted for me. He's actually working on a different style bait for me right now that I'm waiting on, but salty plugger custom lures out of Goliad. His name is Chris Dodd. You can find him on Facebook. This bait right here, I know it looks funny, but it is super loud. And the action on it is very similar to the Super Spook Junior. It's a little bit longer profile, maybe, I guess really not that much longer, but a little bit. But I don't know what it is, the action or the sound. But dude, I've caught more fish off this style of topwater than I have throwing the Super Spook Junior. Really good bait. If you get a chance, they're worth the money, very durable. He puts good hooks on them. These are the original hooks, but they catch fish. Okay, wintertime, right around the corner. Fish are gonna start slowing down. They're gonna want to get more bang out of their buck. So you're gonna have to switch to maybe a little bit bigger. I think this is a little bit bigger profile, but the Corky Fat Boy. They actually make broken back Corkies as well. They work really well. And sorry it's a little rusty, but I haven't thrown them. I usually clean them off before wintertime, cold fronts move in. So I always try and get them cleaned up and new hooks and so on and so forth. But you definitely want to have a Corky in your tackle box to start off with. Colors, as we move into soft plastics, colors are strictly a preference thing as well. What I like to do is I like to try and match the color of the water the best I can with a little bit of flash. So if I'm fishing brown water, I'll fish a browner color bait with a chartreuse tail. So there you go. Corky. All right. Always, always, always have some type of shrimp imitation lure in your tackle box. Okay, here lately, I've been throwing the Marker 54 jerk shrimp. Okay, jerk shrimp. And this isn't actually the jerk shrimp. The jerk shrimp has the hook coming out of the front of it, and you tie back here so it gets that backwards popping action. You guys might have seen some of those in my other videos. But Marker 54 shrimp, always have some type of shrimp imitation lure in your bag because during the shrimp hatch, you want to match the hatch. So typically, I throw this along grass lines, catch flounder, redfish, trout. I've caught a little bit of everything on it. I rig it under a popping cork. Great lures, Marker 54 shrimp. Now, on to actual soft plastics. My number one favorite soft plastic to throw is a trout support. Okay? You don't have to throw it. You could throw a jerk shad, some type of jerk bait. It doesn't matter, right? My preference for a jerk bait is the trout support because I can rig it with the weedless, weightless, or weighted Swimbait hook. And I have a lot of success with trout support, especially in the wintertime or fishing grass flats. And I like to throw the chicken of the sea color in this. Really good baits. You need to check out Tobin Strickland trout support. And he's got some awesome videos out that will also help you learn how to read the water as well. So if you get a chance, check those out. And I'm not trying to sell baits here. Again, this is just stuff that when I lost all my tackle, these are the first things that I ordered, so I didn't waste a whole bunch of money on stuff that I wasn't going to throw. Down south. Again, chicken of the sea color. But down south lures, I always keep some of these in my bag. I actually got a big old Ziploc full. There's probably about 10 different colors, maybe 8 different colors in here. Again, just so preference of the water, I have something different to throw. But down south, as they fall, they swim. Really good bait in the Matagorda bait system. Here lately, when I first found out about chicken boys, I was like, dude, I don't want to throw these. About 2 months ago, we had a good flounder run, and I started throwing them. I will never not keep chicken boys in my tackle bag again. Like these things, the whipping chicken has really good action. These aren't necessarily the color that I throw. I just kind of have these to try them out. But I like the brown with the white bottom and the chartreuse tail really good on the whipping chicken. And so that concludes this video. Again, I'm not trying to tell you guys how to fish. I'm not some pro or anything like that. I'm just trying to help maybe somebody that's getting started, maybe that's somebody that's struggling, to help them keep from buying thousands of dollars worth of tackle when really you can just minimize what you're trying to do and just build confidence in a couple things so that way you can catch more fish. Hope you guys found this to be helpful. Again, it's a preference. When you get out there, you still got to look at the color of the water, look at the conditions, and that's how I kind of base what color I'm going to throw. But I think if you minimize to a small package, kind of what I went through right now, it will help you in the long run. Hope you guys stay tuned. I'm going to have a new video out tomorrow. Tide lines.